2 years ago, my husband Paul and I participated with the To Be Continued Dancing Like the Stars. Tammy called me and asked if we wanted to participate, and I said yes right away. Paul maybe didn't, but I knew that we needed to do it because it meant a lot, because our family has gone through a lot of mental health issues.
And I was in the audience that evening with Mom and Dad, my kids, her kids, cousins, in support of the To Be Continued organization, and I myself struggle with depression.
So on October 23rd, 2023, our dad, David Rain, died by suicide. We knew he had mental health struggles, but I guess the depth of those struggles were real. But you would never guess, because of his jolly smile and his huge hugs, and he loved to share the joy of music with others.
And when we were doing the details of, thinking of memorials and such, To Be Continued was top of the list. It's obviously near and dear to our heart. Their mission is priceless in bringing awareness to mental health and suicide prevention.
So our lives will never be the same. Our grief is very raw. But because of To Be Continued, our dad will still have an impact to help others.
Over the last few years, we've really focused as an organization on our community health and needs assessment. And one of the top 5 goals was mental health. And as we focused on that, we really took a deep dive as to what we could do as an organization to really help our community. And part of that was, how do we reach not only our patients, but our community, which includes our students, our staff, and really all ages. That led us to meeting To Be Continued and what they do in our community, and how could we partner with them as an organization.
To Be Continued conferences are put together so well. The professionals they bring in to speak, they really help keep the information current.
And I really appreciated their investment in the community and being able to be part of that in an opportunity to provide more community helpers at the local level for suicide prevention.
We've also been able to help get our staff training, which in return helps our patients when they come to our clinics. And this is all because we're able to partner with a local entity like To Be Continued. And this is really about helping our community right where they are in our rural community, which is very important to who we serve and what we want to do for our future of our communities.
My experience with To Be Continued has been just wonderful. I've been able to participate in a few of their different events that they've hosted for the community, including the annual motorcycle ride. And what a great way to reach a group of people that's not typically targeted for suicide prevention, but just in a really neat and innovative way to provide education through a fun event.
So we're excited to partner with To Be Continued. We're excited to launch Teenage Mental Health First Aid in our area schools and to watch that grow and expand.
To Be Continued just continues to surprise me and amaze me. I think that what they're doing has such great value. It's unbelievable the amount of people that now are aware of suicide prevention and suicide awareness, and that has a lot to do with To Be Continued and the mission that they continue to work at expanding, and just every day is getting a little bit brighter.
Having a safe space for the students to come together and ask questions is a very important part of our job and what we do. And we know that it makes a big difference when we see the students in the hallway, when we come back the next year, and they come up to you and they say hi, and they say how much they enjoyed having To Be Continued at the school and what they learned. And it's powerful because we know that they're retaining the information that was taught. They valued To Be Continued being at the school and what they learned from the program.
Each of us instructors are assigned different schools, and we go in and teach a standardized curriculum that is brought to us from the National Council for Mental Well-Being. And so we go in and teach 10th through 12th graders across 6 different sessions, standardized curriculum. And We teach teens how to recognize signs that other individuals might be struggling with a mental health challenge and how to help one another.
From my perspective as a school counselor, students have really been having an increase in mental health struggles, and so having a program like the Teen Mental Health First Aid has been really, really helpful in our school, specifically for students to be able to know better how to support their friends when they're struggling, who to bring them to for help, because there's so many great resources out there. It's just had such a great positive impact for our students.
1 in 5 teens are going to struggle with a mental health challenge by the time that they're 18. And we are in the schools teaching these teens how to recognize those mental health challenges and how to help one another by identifying and making those changes and being able to be part of the change of the culture.
So mental health is a big thing in the world and obviously in someone's life, and I feel like opening up about it can help so many other people know like what to do, who to reach out to.
They're learning how to help a friend who's struggling with mental health, and they can learn to help themselves in that process. But really what they're learning, they can take with them and move forward with that and carry that with them for the rest of their life.
I've had a chance to see this program in action now at 2 different schools, both at Sibley East High School and now at St. Peter High School, and it's had just the same great effect for all of our students and our staff alike.
Now that we've had some time to absorb the curriculum, students are mentioning that they are using the content for themselves, and they mention that they have used various techniques to manage anxiety. They're finding different ways to communicate with others. They're reaching out to their teachers and saying, hey, I could really use a little extra support. And they're also finding that they're giving themselves a little grace as well. They're recognizing that they don't have to be so stressed all the time, and that it's okay to say, I need a moment and I need to think about and process whatever it is that they may be going through. And for our kids, that's made a lot of difference for them.
Afterwards, you read those exit tickets and you see from a lot of those different students that you really are reaching all of them. And even if you just help one student, you know that you're making a difference.
And I don't think I would be in the place that I am right now without knowing what to do because of To Be Continued.
One of the most special things as an instructor and being able to work with the teens that we work with is the connection that we make with each and every one of them, but also with some of those that just kind of stand out and they reach out to us asking for help. It's something where it kind of lets you know that what we're doing is important. It's making a difference. It's letting these students know that they're not alone.